Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Here, I have a great article for you guys from Seeking Alpha. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So tomorrow morning, 8:30 Eastern, AT&T reports their quarterly earnings. They go first, well ahead of the competition this go around. Usually, Verizon and AT&T are fairly close in when they report, maybe a day or two apart. But this go around, AT&T reports tomorrow. Verizon reports on the 24th, and T-Mobile goes on the 25th. So in this article, the title says AT&T's cash flow in focus during Q3 earnings. So analysts are going to be looking for that. AT&T already guided where they would be at, which many said is a very, very good free cash flow for AT&T. It's about, if I remember, it's about at the $16 billion range. So that's a good FCF. So I don't know why the analysts would be so concerned unless they're expecting a huge drop in free cash flow, which I doubt. AT&T is usually pretty close to what they guide. So that's a bit interesting that majority focus would go to the cash flow. As for the earnings themselves, I anticipate AT&T to be at their normal regular growth. I anticipate 200,000 to 300,000 ads on wireless. I anticipate them to be in that same range for fiber, between 200,000 to 300,000. I also anticipate them to announce 200 million pops covered with C-band tomorrow. Now, I know in Q2 they were at about 175, but they've been moving at a pretty good pace. Between quarters from Q2 to Q3, it's about 3 months. And getting from 175 to 200 sounds like a lot, but that's, it's fairly metro. So it's a lot easier to get from 175 to 200. So I think AT&T did knock that out the park. I could be wrong, but I don't know what other number they would announce. 185, that's only 10 more million. A lot of people would probably be disappointed with that. Do they say 190? That's 15. I just think they say 200. I think they got there. There's lots more C-band out there. Again, the C-band DoD combo, not as scaled, right? There's a lot of networking out there with just C-band, right? A lot of towers are just sitting on C-band, for example, in NYC, Manhattan. Dallas, for an example, has a lot of C-band only sites without DoD. Chicago, I've been hearing that's another market that has a lot of just C-band. So they've scaled, quite a bit. So I fully anticipate them to announce 200 million pops covered with C-band tomorrow. Could I be wrong? Sure. But anything else just doesn't make sense, right? They've been working very hard. They've been pushing, although still behind the competition, but they've still been moving pretty quickly on the C-band. So just to read off here briefly, AT&T investors will majorly watch out for cash flow when the U.S. wireless carrier reports its third quarter results on Thursday before markets open. While the Dallas, Texas-based telecom giant was confident in its ability to hit $16 billion in free cash flow for 2023 and laid out its cost savings plan, analysts said that AT&T on average should bring in $5 billion for Q3 and Q4 each in free cash flow to meet its target. I think they do that, right? If they're guiding that, there's some headroom. There's always headroom in the guidance. To reach the full year 2023 target of $16 billion, AT&T will have to stretch quite a bit to reach the remaining $11 billion in Q3 and Q4, pointed out at a recent Seeking Alpha analyst by TradeVestor. So again, the reason some analysts are skeptical is because there's still a lot of free cash flow to get. They guided 17. They have to make up 11 billion in 2 quarters. So I can see where there is a bit skepticism because they've been implementing a lot of cost savings, but they have a lot more to go. So again, you guys heard my take. I think 200 to 300,000 on wireless, same for fiber, 200 million pops on C-band, and then we move on from there. I think it'll be a very short and sweet earnings call. I think there will be some Q&A questions, but just not a lot going on right now with AT&T. They're sticking to their well-oiled machine. They're not really operating much outside of that. Media is mostly done. Maybe they get asked about the stake in DirecTV. Are they going to sell? Are they not going to sell? I don't think I don't think they can answer that anyway, so that'll probably be a waste of a question, in my opinion. But they'll probably get asked about that. Hopefully, they get asked about some wireless networking questions. But all the excitement, of course, is going to be around fiber. They'll probably announce more homes passed. So that's probably what we're going to hear tomorrow. But stay tuned for the updates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.